everyone, welcome to Bowlers 360. So this week is our round 7 review of First Division. Some really interesting results, some ladder changes. Let's have a look and see how it all went. First up, we'll have a look at the Premier League. We'll go through the results first. Bassendean at home by 11 shots over Coburn, probably as expected, 85 to 74, 7 points to 1. Mount Lawley also as expected at home against Sorrento, 7.5 to a half. Sorrento drawing a rink there to get half a point. Manning travelling to South Perth in a tight battle, a 7-1 to Manning by 3 shots over South Perth, and a good win for them. Double View on the winners list for the first time this year, beating Leeming at home, 31 shots, 8-0. 8-0 is pretty hard to come by in the Premier League, but we saw 3 of them this round. Pro at Osborne Park copped the brunt of both of them. Firstly on the Saturday was Cambridge, who was at their place at Osborne Park, winning 8-0 and 24 shots. And then on Sunday, their catch-up game against Sorrento at Sorrento was also an 8-0, a bit more of a flogging this time, 37 shots. Horrible weekend for Osborne Park. Not sure what's happened. Their wheels have just fallen off all of a sudden. They were riding high and just it's all gone to hell in a handbasket. As we look at the ladder, Bassendean temporarily sit on top with 36.5 points. Mount Lawley second on 36, but they do have a game in hand. Expect them to catch up to that spot. They're probably the first spot really at the moment. South Perth with their loss drop back to third, and Osborne Park with their 2 losses drop back to fourth. Manning sit in fifth, Sorrento 6th, Cambridge 7th on 25 points for Cambridge. Only 11.5 points off top spot, and they have a game in hand, as do Manning. So expect that margin to condense a little bit more for Cambridge. Their win at Osborne Park couldn't have come at a better time for them. They are well in this race. Double View in 8th with their win gets them off the bottom of the ladder on 15 points. They also have a game in hand, so they will close that 10-shot gap to 7th place Cambridge. Leeming and Coburn are in the bottom 2 spots. We expected them to be in those positions for the year. Coburn been quite competitive. It was a hard-fought tussle on Saturday against them. They've won on 10 rinks. So, and remember, Leeming had a 4 rink to 0 win on one of their wins. So Coburn are right in it. Their percentage is pretty healthy for a team that hasn't won a game yet. So I expect them to have a few wins before the end of the season. What we should look at is the upcoming games. Manning and Mount Lawley will be playing on Friday night, their round 6 catch-up game, and Coburn will catch up against Double View on the following Friday. By the completion of round 9, we will finally have a ladder that's up to date, everyone playing 9 games, and we'll get a real reflection as to how things are going at that point. Right, let's have a look at White. White's been a real topsy-turvy sort of year, so there's bound to be a lot of changes every week. This will be pretty interesting how this turns out. On the weekend, Cardinia, good win at home over Safety Bay, one of the fellow teams up near the top of the ladder there, so good win for Cardinia, 6-2 and by 9 shots. Osborne Park, another good win, 7-1 over Joondalup at home by 6 shots. Aussie Park, a big win over Vic Park there by 43 shots. Poor old Vic Park, they are really struggling this year. But shout out to Suchi, Lee the Lord Such, who's won his first drink for the year. So well done, Suchi, on the winners table now, onwards and upwards from here. Kalamunda visiting Manning. Last year's premiers doing the job there. Good win for Kalamunda, 74 to 72, 7-1. North Beach also travelling and winning, this time going to North Perth. Good win for them. They don't win too many away from home, North Beach. So good win for them by 8 shots and 7 points to 1. And we had a couple of catch-up round 6 games. I think this was Sunday's game. Kalamunda at home versus North Perth, 8-0. A really good win at home to Kalamunda. And North Perth probably need to start winning. They had such a good start to the year, but I think they've won lost their last 3 now on the trot, something like that. They need to get back in the winner's stall to get their season back underway. And I think this game was Friday night, Osborne Park versus Mosman Park, 7.5 to a half. Mosman Park drawing a rink there for the half point by 8 shots. Looking at the ladder, North Beach with their good away win, they've hit the top of the ladder at the moment. Kalamunda with their 2 good wins on the weekend, they've played 7, so obviously North Beach and Safety Bay in third have 1 game in hand. They play each other. That's not until January, so we won't know how the ladder truly sits in one wide until then. But Kalamunda doing very well there, sitting in 2nd spot. Cardinia in 4th on 33, Manning in 5th on 29, North Perth still in touch, 28.5. They're only 9 points out of top spot. Mosman Park in 7th on 25. Aussie Park in 8th with their 2 good wins this weekend. Maybe that's the complete opposite of their top side, really, wasn't it? Joondalup in 9th and Vic Park, who look destined to be demoted this year, sitting in 10th. Let's have a look at One Blue North. The results are Cambridge at home, 7-1. I think that's their first win for the year. 7-1 for them against Mount Lawley. Mount Lawley were on top, I think, so that's a massive upset. Cambridge having a good weekend, 2 huge games for their sides, by 11 shots to Cambridge. Wanneroo at home over Ellenbrook by 25 shots, 7 points to 1. Sorrento beating Quinns Rocks by only 3 shots, a nice tight contest there, 2 rinks each. Warwick a 10-shot winner over the visiting Bassendean, 7 points to 1. And Yanchep 7 points to 1. They are doing a really good job of this year, especially at home. Good win by 24 shots over Morley. Looking at their ladder, Wanneroo has snuck to the top of the table with their win. Warwick shift up 2 spots. Yanchep shift up 3 spots. Top 3 there. Mount Lawley in 4th. They slipped down 3 spots with their loss, tied with Sorrento on 33 points. Quinns Rocks in 6th on 32 points. Bassendean in 7th on 30 points, only 8.5 points separating the top 7 positions. An extremely tight contest. One Blue North, they've cleared out from the rest. Morley, Ellenbrook and Cambridge in the bottom 3. And finally in Blue South, let's look at the results. Armidale, as expected, winning away from home, albeit but by 45 shots over Coburn. They stay on top of the ladder with that win. Rockingham back in the winner stall, 7 points to 1 over South Perth by 6 shots. Willetton travelling to Gosnells, drawing on a rink for Gosnells, getting half a point there, but Willetton the rest. A good 31 point win there. Gosnells struggling a bit this season. Ross Moyne 7-1, a nice strong 41 shot win there over Cardinia. And Safety Bay at home winning by 12 shots over Dalkeith Nedlands, 7 points to 1. As mentioned, Armidale retained their spot on top of the table. Cardinia still sitting in 2nd, 6.5 points shy. They're just holding off Rockingham and Safety Bay with wins on the weekend. South Perth in 5th, dropped back a couple of spots. Willetton in 6th. Dalkeith in 7th, or Dalkeith Nedlands at 7th. Coburn in 8th. Ross Moyne with a couple of good wins now in a row, up to 9th. And Gosnells sitting in 10th. It's still a fairly evenly spread ladder in Blue South, so anything can happen there. And that brings us to a conclusion for today's Round 7 review of First Division. Thanks again for tuning in, everyone. Please feel free to like and subscribe if you haven't already. The subscriptions are good to keep you get a notification when I post these videos. It depends on my workload as to what time that might be. I'm looking a bit scruffy today, so next time you might even catch me on a shaving day. So we'll see what happens. Until then, we'll see you next time. Bye for now.